My name is Ed Zambeck. I come from Plainville, Massachusetts, and I've spent my life serving my country. 32 years in total across the Air Force and the Army. I'm proud of that service, and I carry it with me every day. But last month, I found myself nervous and a little lost on my way to a VA appointment, and that's when things took an unexpected turn. I was driving up to Providence for a VA hospital consultation. I've been having a stubborn skin irritation, nothing life-threatening, but painful and persistent. My regular VA in Brockton tried to treat it, but they kept referring me onward, saying the specialists up here could help better. So I made the trip, thinking nothing of it beyond the usual stress and traffic. Providence isn't a place I know well. I wasn't familiar with all the side streets or speed limits. I was focused on getting this taken care of, figuring out insurance coverage, parking, getting to the clinic on time. I didn't notice the speed camera set up just outside the hospital entrance. I've been driving most of my life, of course, but that day, as I sped through without even thinking, a flash went off. A ticket arrived in the mail days later, $50 for speeding. I sighed. A small fine, yes, but still unpleasant. More than the fine, it was the principle. A veteran going to a VA appointment, caught by surprise in an unfamiliar area. So I decided to go to court and explain. In court, I introduced myself. Ed Zambeck, 32-year veteran of the American military living in Plainville. I'm not from around here, I told the judge. I drive up to Providence for my VA appointments. I've got a rash, and not knowing the roads, I wasn't aware of that speed camera near the clinic. I felt my voice shake a little. It was weird, standing up in front of a judge talking about something as trivial as speeding, yet feeling so small. I looked down at my hands. My uniform isn't something I wear every day now, but the memory of it gives me a steady feeling. The judge asked what branch I served in. I told her, Air Force first, then Army. She raised an eyebrow. 32 years total, I added. Even as I said it, I thought, that's a long time. I wear it like a second skin. She asked if I served overseas. I shook my head. No, ma'am, stateside the whole time. I was lucky in that sense. Some of my friends saw deployment, and I did what was asked. But I stayed in the U.S., between bases in Massachusetts, maybe a stint in Texas or Georgia. The judge nodded as I spoke. Then came the question, did you ever go on an honor flight? I paused. I'd heard of them, a way to take veterans to see memorials for their service. I hadn't gone yet, though. They've invited me a few times, and I confessed. I'm on their list, I just need the call to go. They're good folks who arrange transportation and ceremonies for veterans whose service we all respect. At that moment, Inspector Carrick, who'd introduced himself as a former Marine, gave me an appraising look. He was a tall man with a stern face, but I noticed a gentler tone when he asked, how long were you in? Someone in court guessed, 6 years? But I corrected them. No, and if I wore a uniform still, you wouldn't guess by looking. But I devoted 32 years. After 6 years in the Air Force, I transitioned to the Army and did another 26. I earned 2 honorable discharges, 1 from each branch. The courtroom murmured, 2 service medals, 1 from each branch, 32 years on active duty or reserves, always ready. I added that I stay involved. I'm the commander of our Plainville American Legion post now, helping veterans with benefits, community events, comp claims. Nobody does it alone after service, and what I said. We help each other. There was a moment of silence. I could feel tension lift from the room, like a collective exhale. The judge smiled. Mr. Zambeck, she said, 32 years of service, 2 honorable discharges, current support for veterans, and you're here following up on your VA treatment. That means something. She looked to the prosecutor, who gave a respectful nod. Given all that, I'm going to dismiss this matter. No fine. Stay safe, Mr. Zambeck, and best wishes with your treatment. I felt a great weight lift off my chest. Thank you, Your Honor, I managed. I shook hands, collected my papers, and stepped out. Outside, the sun was bright, and for a moment, Providence felt warmer somehow. Driving home, I reflected on that day. A speeding ticket worth $50, but it meant more than that. It meant taking time to stand up in court to speak about my service, my struggle with just a rash, a journey through unfamiliar roads. I thought of the honor flight invitation waiting in the mail, of the new veterans I meet at American Legion meetings, of the doctors back in Brockton, and Providence still working to find a cure. The day felt like a small reminder that even veterans can be vulnerable, and that kindness and understanding still matter. By the time I crossed back into Massachusetts, I was smiling. The ticket was dismissed, but I carried more than that. I carried gratitude for the recognition of my service, empathy for my situation, and a renewed sense of respect for the places we seek help and find understanding. And yes, still a little itchy, but I was hopeful and I was thankful.